Hey YouTubers, what's going on? East New York's finest, hosted by the only, the one, me, Mike. That was whack, but whatever. I'm tired. I had a very extended weekend, man. It started with going to fam Alex's house, Eric's brother. You know, my family guys. I love them dudes, man. Really cool people. Very great, gracious hosts. You know, Alex and Eric and their beautiful wives, and beautiful family and friends and family, extended family as well. Unfortunately, my wife couldn't make it. She had to do a mutual to get Saturday off because that was something that was in the works 6 months ago. Um, and she couldn't get both days. She would have loved to do it, but it was a barbecue slash pool party both days. One in a disclosed area of New Jersey because it's none of nobody's business where Fam Eric and Fam Alex live. But great neighborhoods and stuff like that. And then yesterday, both my sons, and Isaiah's friend, she came, and my son Mikey, my oldest son Mike Jr. He went with his girlfriend. We went out to Long Island, to East Northport, Long Island, 2 hour drive from here. And the wife went, of course, because that's her best friend's family, which is my family. Because ironically, I met these dudes. I met her best friend and her friend's family. Even stay at the family's house, and I've been like a blood relative ever since. This is almost 30 years ago. When her friend Nadia got married, and stuff like that. So that's how I met them. So her brothers are like baby brothers to me. But then again, I'm an old ass man, so I'm basically like everybody's uncle and grandpa and shit because I'm old as shit. But anyhow, it was great seeing Nadia. Nadia is basically like a carven picture of my wife. Like, they look more like, it's just ridiculous. They both almost got the same skin tone. They both got the same eye. It's crazy. It's just Nadia is just slightly, Nadia is a little taller and thicker than my wife. Other than that, they can be sisters. You put them and my daughter together, and they look like they're all real. It's crazy. It's just bananas, man. But anyhow, it was great seeing her because Nadia, she moved to Texas, and her and my wife ain't see each other. They're best friends. They haven't physically seen each other in about 3 years. But Nadia's baby brother, all her brothers are doing fucking great. Law enforcement and do governmental work. I'm not gonna disclose what, but a huge family of law enforcement, man. And it was great seeing them. I haven't seen them in, whew, damn, I haven't seen them. I don't think I've seen any of them guys less than 10 years. I'm always seeing Nadia on the phone, but I haven't seen Nadia. Actually, last time I physically saw Nadia was at my daughter's graduation in high school. God damn, that's the last fucking time I seen her. Myself. But my wife's seen her plenty of times before. After that, but they haven't been around each other or seen each other physically in 3 years. But anyhow, safe trip to Nadia and everybody else who came to the annual cookout, because that's something that her brother hosts every year. You have fun, right, my man? Mm-hmm. He's like, whatever. Please do that for me. Thank you, you little shit. So outside of that, barbecues and good food and the smell of pools and chlorine, really got my sinuses together this weekend. Today, we actually got home around 1 because we had to drop Isaiah's friend, his female friend, off. And we dropped my wife off to work because she had to come in. I'm not gonna disclose what she does, but she had to come in. So she went in a little earlier than what she's supposed to, and a day short. So we dropped her off. Then from there, dropped Isaiah's friend off, and Bailey made it home because this old man was exhausted. Just to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to this flea market. And then I forgot that the guys that be having a lot of stuff lately, I forgot that they said they was taking off the whole month of July and coming back in August. So that first Sunday in August, they'll be there. I did get some decent shit, as you see here, from Columbus. I was actually hesitant. I mean, I was so tired. I was like, fuck it. I laid back down 2 times and I left. I basically got there almost an hour late. I got there exactly around 6:30, which I wanted to be there for 5:30, but very nice chilly day. Like the morning started off with a nice chill to it. Very manageable, not cold, not hot. But something you could have like a nice little spring jacket or a windbreaker. It was just perfect. And then all of a sudden, once it hit like 8 o'clock, it just started getting hot. I mean, nowhere near as bad as last Sunday, but it was definitely noticeable. But it was, a good day though. I got this stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, got this stuff. So real quick, I mean, obviously I buy Hot Wheels for Isaiah. Normally I don't get these ones because these ones are extremely expensive. I mean, they're not expensive, but considering that he doesn't, ever since Kmart went out of business, Isaiah used to love K-Day. And every month to every couple of months, Kmart will host a K-Day on Saturdays where they would like come out, like they come out with a lot of shit. And, they'll give individuals, like, depending on how many people are there, they'll give each individual a box, and you go through the cards. It was cool, and Isaiah loved it. But evidently, ever since that, he kind of like lost. He lost his way. Like he doesn't like it like that no more. But if I buy cars, he doesn't give a shit. But maybe one day he'll love them later, or maybe after college or whatever, he'll sell the cars and use the money for whatever another car. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever he wants to do with it is his to do with. But these ones I very rarely stay away from, only because they're like $7-8 in the store. But the guy, he sold them all. He was only asking $1 each on them. So I did leave the She-Hulk and a couple of other cars that were like generic cars that I didn't really like. So I did leave those behind. So I took these 17 cars, which I have, obviously came up to $17. And that's basically the price of any two of these cars, maybe three, depending. But all these are like around $6-7 in the store. So you got the Jurassic Park. I don't know why I got that one, because I thought it was like a legit car. It's a car. I mean, obviously the Mario stuff is a car too, but you guys get the picture. I'm not going to really go into depth, spending a lot of time on these because there's no need to. But these are the last things I got. I'm gonna show you guys this in a minute. I'm gonna make this video fast because I just been spending too much time explaining to you guys what I did over the weekend. So I got this stuff. All this stuff here I got from Mel. I don't know why I keep calling him Dan. I keep calling him Dan because he sounds like John Goodman, and John Goodman, like my favorite character in a Roseanne TV show in the 80s and 90s and stuff was Dan, which is played by John Goodman. Him and Roseanne were my favorite characters. I didn't like the kids at all. I liked the sister Becky too, but of course Dan and Roseanne was the fucking show, especially Dan. I love that nigga, man. And I'm a huge John Goodman fan. I'm a huge John Goodman fan because of that, and the movie Babe, which is based on him playing, Babe Ruth. And almost every movie he played in, I just always liked his character because of Roseanne. Because of his, Dan character. So anyhow, Mel sounds just like John Goodman. And, I always keep calling him Dan. Sometimes I call him Mel. Sometimes I call him Dan. But then again, I call Larry Hama Harry Lama. So, go figure. I'm all over the place. It's like the older I get, the more I forget names, which is never the case. But anyhow, I got all this stuff from Mel. He gave me a good price. And like I said, when there's people I know and I mention their names, I'm not gonna disclose what I pay for stuff, because one, it's nobody's business, and then people have their tendency, and this is spoken from experience. People have the tendency to go and tell people, oh, well, this guy did a video on you giving him a good deal. And that one person was like, so fucking what? I know the guy. I'm always going to give him a good deal. And he came and told me that. He wasn't even upset or mad about it. He was just like, yo, this motherfucker had the audacity to say because I know you and or because this and that, yada, 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 and because you posted it, and I was like, oh, word? And he's like, man, fuck these people. And ever since then, that's why I don't like to disclose prices, because people are haters, and they feel just because they mention you and they show a video that person is going to automatically give them a deal on something. And to avoid all that, I just don't want to give the information. Anyhow, it was a great deal. We got a scout trooper or a scout biker. We got the Emperor, Lord Vader. Then we got this guy from Robotech. He's like a $5-10 figure. Robotech figures. It's funny though, because for them to be older figures and pretty cool, from even those Matchbox, Robotech never really, even on card, their figures don't go for really nothing. I don't know who this guy is. I mean, I don't know if he's Liberace or like a gay pride figure or whatever. You can put him right there in the back of the chair. Thank you. But I grabbed him anyway because he's old. I don't even know where he's from. But he's like, oh no, oh my God, oh no, oh no. Then you got this dude from, I'm about to say Lord of the Rings, from Dungeons and Dragons. Then we got some Mass Crusaders. Da, 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 da. Then you got the Lone Ranger here. Then we got Jedi Luke, Bespin Luke, and I always forget that guy's name. But I got all this. And then, of course, from my boy Kenny, White Boy Kennydom. Got this. He gave me a good deal on this stuff. We got here Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, with his belt. Then we got the Ultimate Warrior. Then we got the Wolf guy from Ghostbusters. Then this I got from a guy when I was walking from the L section, because that's where I parked. I got this from him, these 3 mini cons, and I got this like maybe 5 people from him. This person had this and it was only $2, so I got that for $2. Then I got these 3. I think he told me $10 for the 3 of them. So I got that, and then of course these were $1 each, and the 17 Hot Wheels. So that's 17 times 1 is $17. Then this one dude here, I got all this stuff for I think $70, which is Marvel's Ragnarok, Marvel's Ragnarok Thor. Then we got Marvel Legends Sentry. We got this big bad boy here, which is like, he sells for around 48 and up. So he only wanted $20. Well, he charged me 20. He had it marked at 30, but because I was buying all this other stuff, he said if I do bundle, he'll hook me up. Then these headliners, I really don't mess with this stuff. I don't really like rubber figures, even if they're vintage. But being that it is like pop culture, horror, I'm about to say Rhino. Well, I don't know how Rhino and horror come together. But again, my old ass mind, I'm losing it. But these are, you got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was never a fan of Leatherface or the movies. And then you got Freddy Krueger. Too bad he didn't have Jason. But these should sell for at least $15-20 all day because they are horror. People love horror. I say horror, but it's horror. But I don't like talking proper because that's not me. I'm a ghetto ass motherfucker from East New York, Brooklyn. So I talk hood. You know what I'm saying? And then this lady, I just asked for the G.I. Joe Light Bright thing only because it was G.I. Joe. She was very persistent on charging me $5 for both. She didn't want to let that go. She said, listen, you're going to take both of them. I said, I'll give you the $4 just for that. She was like, no, you're going to take them both. And I'm like, damn, this lady ain't god damn, she really want me to take both of them. So I had to take them both. So there you have that. And again, you got the Batman figure here. Then you got the Thor Love and Thunder, Mighty Thor, which is Jane Foster's Thor. And then you got Sabretooth as well. So all those came from the guy I was just mentioning, which is like 8 pieces. So again, you have this Batman, that Jane Foster Thor, Sabretooth, Thing, Sentry, Marvel's Ragnarok Thor. And then you have these 2. That came from all that guy, and that was $70. I think that was a steal. Again, Kenny's always giving me great steals. So does Mel. So there should be no surprise there. But I'm not gonna disclose what I paid for them. But I get hooked up. So that's what's up. Thank you guys again. And again, $17 for all these Hot Wheels it's like come on. Like I think any 3, well, except for this one, and probably. Well, this one, and probably this one. No, actually, no, these 2, I'm sorry. All these other ones should be around $5+ range retail. So, basically like pretty dope. I don't know what they go for, but I know at $1 each, that's a fucking steal. If he had 70 of them, I would have took everything he had. Not only because Isaiah collect Hot Wheels, but these are not the basic models or the basic line. And last but not least, we got the G.I. Joe stuff. There's about 50 books here. I think there's like 39 here and 13 here, something like that. So this guy, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he always, he comes. I did think he comes every week, but I'm glad I said, well, I'll see you next week, and he was like, no, every other week. So they'll be coming not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. And that kind of makes sense because as soon as you said that, I kind of was like, oh yeah, that's right. Because there's sometimes when I come on Sundays and I don't see them. So now I know why. So him and his wife, they'll be here the Sunday after next. Weather permitted and fate permitted, so to speak. So here they had I took anything that was G.I. Joe and Transform. Everything else is, I looked through the whole. He had like 4 stacks of comics, like probably about yay high, at least 60, 70 books high or higher. But I took this G.I. Joe Transformers number 3, G.I. Joe Special Missions number 2, because I have a lot of copies of number 1, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. I didn't even know I had 2 all the way up to number 8. I think there's 2 copies of number 8, right? Yeah, it's 2 copies of number 8. Number 9. Damn, it goes up to 10. Okay. Then number 10. Oh, and 11. Okay. Okay, so we got 11, and then it goes straight from number 11 to 21. That's Tunnel Rat, Airtight, and I think, Spearhead. So you got Spearhead, because that's the Bobcat, and his rifle with the knife at the end. So you got these 3 guys here. All right, now moving on to these sumbitches. We got side by side with Destro. We got G.I. Joe number 57, number 59, 60, 61, 62, 64, and this I command. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, everybody's favorite position, as long as she's clean, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. I know I have a couple of copies of these, and I was hoping that stain was actually on the cover, not the book. Thank God for that. 82. I think that's Repeater, right? Yeah, that's Repeater. Repeater about to get stabbed up by a viper. Then you got here Road Pig, number 83, 84, 85, 88. I think I have a couple copies of these too. 89, 90, 96. The Snake Eyes Trilogy Part 3, No Surrender. 97. Rock and Roll version 2. Some Mountie guy, and I don't know who this guy is. 98. It's like Dr. Mindbender, Raptor, Zartan, and I don't know whose boot this is. Then 99. #101, the October Guard. 102. So there's 2 copies. There's a newsstand and the regular version of 102. Then 105. I think there's one more, right? Yep. Then last but not least, number 106. Bang, bang, you're dead. You got Scrap Iron about to take a piece of Snake Eyes there. So yeah, that's everything. These books, I can say that there's 39 here and I think 13. So these books cost me. I actually he had 2 He-Man figures he was gonna like throw in for extra $15, but I didn't want them. It was like the new He-Man, the Skeletor. I probably should have took it, but he was very firm on these prices. Excuse me, and very firm on that. If he threw that in, well, not throw it in, but I was like, nah, I'll pass. And yeah, so paid $135 for these books. Very happy to do it because they're pretty decent books, and I'm pretty sure I probably got some that I can replace with these. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, man, thanks for watching. This video is actually wound up being a lot shorter if I don't destroy anything. A lot more shorter than I anticipated. So anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.